Hey there, welcome. Today's video is going to give you 6 tips if you're looking to become a Pilates teacher. Hey there, welcome to the channel. My name's Lisa Wolkerstorfer. If you're new here, welcome. So happy to have you stop by. Today's topic is becoming a Pilates teacher. Whether you're looking to become one or you're thinking about it, or maybe you just don't know where to start as far as researching schools. I hope these 6 tips will help you. Number 1, make sure you research your school and program that you want to go to. Whether it's Bossy Pilates, Polestar, Peak Pilates, Club Pilates, just to name a few. Make sure you thoroughly research them to see if that program and that style is going to fit with your beliefs and your values on how you want to teach once you're done with the program. Number 2, I can't stress this enough, this is the most important part. After you pick your school, pick your teacher. Now, if you found the program and you're like, oh, so excited, make sure you research the teacher. You want somebody that's going to fit with your learning style. You want somebody who experienced enough, that's been in the industry for over 10 or 20 years. That way they have the experience and with different learning styles to help you. Number 3, where I studied and why. I studied with Peak Pilates, and I chose them because they were classical. I like the system, everything's laid out for me. They had a full comprehensive program that had 3 levels. So once I was done, I'm able to teach a group mat class, a group reformer class. I know how to use every piece of apparatus in a classical studio, which means the mat, reformer, high ladder barrel, foot corrector, wounded chair, high-low chair, and all of the different barrels that come in a Pilates studio, also the Cadillac. Peak trained you on all of the apparatus and gave me all of the knowledge to make me become successful so I can help my clients. Now, their program is 600 hours, and it took me a little over 2 years to complete because I wanted to give time in between to get my practice up so I could pass all of my exams and courses. With becoming a Pilates teacher and studying, you just don't have to study the work, you have to perform the work. You have to teach the work, and you have to observe so many hours each level in order to pass for your comprehensive test. Now with Peak, they have 3 different levels. Like I said, level 1, you'll have a test out, which is on the computer. I think it's 75 questions. And then your practical is you have to teach a full 55-minute session. You have to perform all of the exercises on all of the apparatus in level 1. That means the mat, the reformer, the Cadillac, the barrels, everything to pass. Same thing with level 2, same thing with level 3. So I found that they prepared me very well for all of my examinations and answered all of my questions that they had with that. Now, I chose my teacher because she is a level 5 MI with Peak Pilates and has multiple certifications outside of Peak Pilates. She has Polestar. She studied under Romana. She has a couple of different other ones that I don't remember at the moment. But if you're looking for a good teacher, I can tell you who I studied under as well. Number 4, classical versus contemporary. Now, there is a big difference between the two because classical was designed under Joseph Pilates, and it has a order that you follow for the mat, for the reformer. When you study, for example, with Peak, they tell you how to progress a student and how to regress a student. So it's important knowing that. I found it very easy if I go in to teach a mat class or a reformer class at a studio. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to make a plan. I don't have to make notes because the system is already in place for me with the classical system. Contemporary, on the other hand, there is no order, there is no plan. You have to write it out what you're going to do for that class, how you're going to progress the class. You have to be in charge of the plan. Now, however, I didn't like that, so I decided to keep with the classical version. Now, most studios will either be classical or contemporary. You'll have to figure out which one that you like. And by doing that, you have to take lessons. You have to feel Pilates in your body before you can teach it. Take a lesson at a classical studio versus a contemporary studio and see what the difference is for you. See what resonates for you and how it feels in your body and which style you want to teach. Number 6. Another important one people don't think about after they graduate is who is your ideal client. Do you want to work with people over 40? Do you want to work with kids? Do you want to work with teenagers, baby boomers? That is all going to be a deciding factor when you graduate and deciding on which studio you want to work for. If you want to just work with everybody, that's fine. But if you want to niche down and figure out who your target market is, because someday you want to go off teaching Pilates online, you want to open up your own studio, it's best to start figuring that out as soon as you can so you have a better idea. Number 7, my last one. What most people don't think about is private lessons. When you're studying to become a Pilates teacher, what they don't tell you is that you have to pay for private lessons in order to get better to pass your exam. You have to be able to do Pilates, and therefore teachers, when you're learning, need other teachers to help us along the way. And those can range anywhere from $80 to $100 an hour or even more. In Colorado, they usually start off at $90 and can go anywhere from upwards to $120 an hour for a private lesson with a teacher. Now, you can also do semi-private lessons, like you and another student want to study and share the cost. That's another great effective way to help split up that cost. So think about that and factor that in when you're beginning your Pilates journey and starting to learn, is you have to factor in those unexpected costs of private sessions, semi-private sessions. If you happen to study out of state, you have to factor in the cost of airfare, hotel, lodging, food, all of those things, but it should be on your radar, even though that you want to study with a person, let's say you're in Texas, and you have to just factor that in. That may be a great teacher for you, but don't forget about all of those unexpected costs. So hey, I hope those 7 tips helped you point you down the right path and decide whether Pilates is right for you to add to your tool belt. Maybe you're a fitness instructor or a personal trainer. This is a great career because you're using your voice to instruct people versus doing the class with them. I love the classical system, and I hope that I gave you some pros and cons to each to help point you down the path to continue on your Pilates journey. Hey, if you like this video, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Where are you from? What program are you considering? Until next time, have a great rest of your day. Bye.